I just love this Growatt. It's so cool. We've just got direct sunlight. The sun's going up now onto the panel, but look at that. I've got 704 watts coming, 721. I suspect it's just gonna go higher. So the battery's at 27 volts. I'd say another hour, and I think it's gonna be, the batteries are gonna be fully charged. I just love looking at this every day. I mean, I check this I don't know how many times a day. It's such a good little piece of kit. I mean, I've never had any problems with it, and I've had it, I bought it in April 2022, so I've had it for 3 years. I installed it in May 2022, so it'll be installed in the cabin for about 3 years. But yeah, I just love looking at this thing, and I always check the see how many amps are going. 24 amps, 25 amps are going into the battery now, from the solar panels. So I've got this connected into like a sub panel. So really this cabin is like a proper house. I mean, all the plugs work, the lights, the fixtures, everything. It's just like being in a house in a city, but you know, I'm in the middle of a forest. I mean, I don't have any other energy apart from the solar panels, and I do have my generator, which I can plug in straight into the Growatt, which goes into this extension lead. That's all my compost. So yeah, so if there's not been sun for a few days, I can just plug my generator in and let it run for like 3 or 4 hours, and then they'll put energy back in my batteries until obviously the sun comes out. But I've not had any problems so far this spring up at the cabin because the leaves are not out on the trees. So you know, I'm not having, I put my generator on once since I've been up here. So yeah, it's been really good. I can't complain. I know there's better units on the market now, but when I bought this unit, as I say, 3 years ago, it was perfect for this small cabin. Like, it's about 500 square feet, I think, this cabin, and it just does everything I put at it. I plugged my welder in, I plugged my air compressor in, I plugged my air fryer in. Just every load I put on this thing, it's never hesitated. I've never had a red light. It never shut down. Only once it stopped working, and that was because the batteries weren't equalizing, so I just bought an equalizer off Amazon, and I've never had that problem again. I mean, obviously when I came back after being away for such a long time, it was dead, but I knew the batteries would be dead. And that's another thing I'm really impressed with, is I bought these CAMBAT batteries about 3.5 years ago. Lithium ion batteries. They're like winter batteries, so like they have like a heater inside them, and they've been so reliable as well. I really thought I damaged them by not having a charge for such a long time, but they're fine. So yeah, they were expensive. The thing is, everything's expensive in Canada. That's the problem. And if you look at the States, everything's just so cheap there. But even if you, because the Canadian dollar is so weak, I mean, I don't have the Canadian dollar, I have sterling because my pension's paid in sterling, so it's a bit better. But yeah, for Canadians living here, the dollar is so strong, the US dollar to the Canadian dollar, and then there's all the excise duties bringing stuff in. It's just not worth it. And just everything is just so high here in Canada. I mean, you're buying things, but it is what it is. I mean, that's just the reality of living in Canada. I mean, I know even over the last, since COVID, it's got worse with cost of living in Canada, and there's just an election right now, and so it looks very close between the Liberals and the Conservatives. So we'll have to see what happens on Monday. That's the election. So yeah, I think it's pretty neck and neck. The only thing about the Conservative guy, he's a very populist type guy. He just reminds me too much of Trump. And as we know, Trump has been so unpredictable since he's been elected. And that's the only thing that scares me about this Conservative guy. Is he's just very similar to Trump in a lot of ways in terms of his mannerism. And I don't know, we'll see what happens with the election. But anyway, back to my Growatt. Yeah, I'm well impressed with that. It's been a super machine. I mean, it's great for like small properties. I'm sure it's great if you've got like an RV or anything like that. It'd be great. So yeah, I don't know what's on the market now. I haven't looked because this has been pretty reliable for me. I've not had any problems, as I say. But anyway, I've got to go because I got shit to do outside. I just got sidetracked looking at my Growatt because I know the sun's out and it's just hammering down watts on my solar panels, and I always come in and check it on a regular basis when it's sunny. Even when it's not sunny, as I say, I always look at that thing and see what my energy consumption is and what have you. So yeah, it's pretty cool.